They didn't kill, they wouldn't even get food to eat, which would ultimately lead to their own deaths. So I mean, if that was my child, I wouldn't necessarily think of them as a real killer. I guess just naturally you would find it a little bothersome, but you have to consider the situation and the environment that we're in.
I found that, like, let's say in page 6, the bottom panel, they really interpret, like, throughout just like the entire story, sort of like the characters' eyes were very important. Like, let's say you see all the people of the LRA, like the fighters, they have like no, like, they don't show the eyes. They're usually covered, like, yeah, they're like shaded, but you see Jacob sort of like, he's more innocent, but they show his eyes, they're like creamy white, and you can see him like scared, including like all the people that were like attacked who were innocent. Even if they do like a close-up on the rebels' eyes, you sort of see that that like their eyes are like sort of like reddish, sort of showing how like dark they are.
Book, like Lizard was like a bad person, but then at the end, like when he was about to get killed by the lion, we saw that his eyes like turned white. Yeah. Another thing that I saw was on page 68, 69. So it's in this picture you can see that like the author drew it like a caveman painting. And caveman paintings usually tell like stories, and this is the story of like Anna, and I think she was an important character, so that's why he might have put it like this.
If you also look back, just one page back, on page 67, they're talking at night and she's talking about her life, but as she starts going into the flashback, it turns orange, and it was a violent flashback, so I guess he used more of a not vibrant, but more of a color that stands out to show the violent scene going on, which was a good, like, it helped with visualizing the two different situations at the same time.
So you can see on page 11 he's about to kill somebody, and this is obviously a very dark moment, so the borders are black, but you can see a memory is coming back to him, and as the memory is coming back, it fades to white because it's a bright place in his mind.
Like, okay, actually, even if you close the book and look at the side, it turns gray, like, do you see it?
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can also see that there's more of a black, more black than
like,
white.
there's a whole black section just for when he's in the forest, and then it turns white right as he comes out.
So maybe the fact that it's like mostly black, it means that like it was like the when he was with the LRA, it was like really bad.
Yeah.
So like yeah.
And then once he goes back home, it's white.
Yeah.
In the ending of the flashback, like you see like when he like gets hit in the head, like, you know, and then suddenly he just goes to a black like just panel there,
And then the background fades to black.
yeah, and then everything goes back to like sort of like faded sort of bubbles that sort of bring him back to where he was.
And also about the colors, in the brighter spots, the colors are like yellow, the background, but then in the dark spots, the background are just like red and dark green and all that.
So he uses more like pastels.
Yeah.
In the nice space. Pay attention to the smallest of details, because with graphic novels, since again they're not using words, so everything can't just be straight up, nothing is just said. You need to really take it slow.
Definitely the visualization of the graphic novel really helped us understand more of what is going on with that, like throughout the story. Also, like, it gives a lot of symbolism that shows more literal kind of like symbols, and like how, like, let's say the frames and everything, the characters are drawn, the expression on their face really shows more than if you would just read it out. Yeah, the colors
Colors were a
especially.
big part.